This is Ben Keys, and you're listening to the Crowject podcast.
Gill. Oh, look, this might go through. It could be the ugliest goal we've ever seen. Oh, yeah, it's magnificent. That's not in the textbook, but it's his third.
To win showdown 51. Kicks from 45. Starts right, but it's coming back. The Crows win. It's a miracle.
Walker needs to kick accurately, and he has. Oh, what a lift of the excitement machine, McLeod.
Welcome to the latest episode of the Crowject podcast. Thank you to our sponsors in Trojan Aluminium and Nathaniel's Coffee and Panini, where we are currently situated. The lovely Nathaniel's Coffee and Panini on Northeast Road. Lower Northeast Road?
Lower Northeast Road.
That's the one.
That's it.
And there is another Nathaniel's store at 229 Greenhill Road, Nathaniel's Port de Villa.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kareem. We will go around the table tonight. We have got Kareem, as we have just heard from. How you doing?
Good, mate. Thanks for having me.
Oh, you're very welcome. Pete, how you doing?
Yeah, good, my man. How are you?
Very well. Ray, how are you?
Good, thank you, Ben. How are you?
Very well. It's the common theme. And Jade, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am still very well.
Oh, good to hear.
One day I'm just going to say, nah, shit ass.
My life is fucked.
Well, if you listen to the pre-roll, you'll be able to hear all about that. patreon.com/Crowject. That was all there.
For interesting lunches and ones that cavemen don't eat. So
Yep.
And elephants and chickens. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's all happening on the pre-roll.
And a shoe in the microwave.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
Dripping rubber from a microwave at a school assembly
That does not sound.
in 2001.
All that and
Don't
more.
bring up my
That
past.
matters.
Even though I brought it up. All right, Benny Mac, there was a game in round 2, wasn't there?
There was. Well, there was a quarter of a game. I don't know. The other 3 quarters, there wasn't much of a game, but we did play a quarter. Jade, what was the final score?
The final score was Crom 10-16, 76. Richmond 17-6, 108.
Here we go. Here we go. Oh, he's playing all the sound effects at the moment. Now, Cream, there's a word, or no, a phrase, a turn of phrase that you like to use.
And I've been thinking about it the entire fucking way here in the car.
All right.
There's 5 words, ladies and gentlemen. Bad kicking is bad football.
He did it! He can count. All right.
You've always said it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's never going to change.
Nah.
And the worst part is, so footy, most sports are games of momentum.
Yeah.
And
Oh, fuck this.
here we go again. Like, if the Crows are only going to have 1 quarter of momentum, if you have that, then hopefully you kick straight. But, I mean, we had the momentum
And we
for
didn't.
1 quarter, and we kicked 3 goals, 6. In the third quarter, we kicked 5 goals, 8.
Yep.
If we kick 8 goals, 5 in that third quarter, then we're leading at 3/4 time.
Yeah, it's a completely different game then, isn't it?
Yeah. Because we went in, 14 points behind? What was it? 8 and 14 is 62 to 12, 4, 76. Yep.
Yep.
So we're up by a point if we kick 8 goals, 5 instead of 5 goals, 8 in the third.
Very frustrating.
But it's like every game when a team gets 7 goals behind, you spend all your petrol tickets trying to get back into the game. Mm-hmm. And then you get run over again.
Well, there was a feeling at the ground that Richmond, like in the third quarter, Richmond had spent all their petrol tickets in the first half as well. We just didn't capitalise on it. Ray, what were your thoughts?
Well, I wasn't there. I didn't get to watch all of this game because, I was at Sample under-18s.
Ah, that's right.
But I've tried to catch up on a little bit. I've seen some of the numbers. I know I'm not a numbers guy usually, but during that middle half of the game, we really dominated, looked like around the footy. And then our best is so good,
Oh, yeah.
but our worst is so far away from our best. And the good sides have a smaller gap between their best and their worst. And I think that's what we've got to work on.
Yeah.
If you actually looked at the stats and you didn't look at the final score, you would think the Crows won the game.
Yeah. Jade, what were your thoughts, Jade? We'll get to stats.
You go.
I honestly don't know. On the back.
On the back.
The stats are on the back.
On the back.
Whoa.
Player stats, to be fair.
Whiz.
Yeah, just player stats, not
Okay,
actual
Jade.
stats.
I honestly don't understand us. That's literally all I have to say. Like, I just don't get how we can be so far off and then all of a sudden come back and then just completely disappear again. Like, I just don't get it. We just sucked.
Yeah.
Pretty much. I would have less of a problem, I think, is if we started hot and then went to shit. Because you could go, okay, we started out really well. We came
We're
up.
playing the boys.
But the weird thing is that I feel like last year our fitness was really good in the fourth, like more so in the second half, especially in the fourth quarter. Like, you would look at us against other teams, you'd be like, oh, look, we can really run out the game. The other teams look tight. And I know we were in the heat before, blah, blah, blah. But I feel like we're running out of steam way too early.
But do you reckon
Okay.
that was attributed to the fact that we went from Sunday to Saturday?
It could
played
be.
a very warm game.
Like,
Richmond had an extra 3
We're
that
only,
night.
we're only 2 games in. So it's
Yeah.
like hard to be like, this is what's wrong and that, but
But I've read
Yeah.
that we should sack Nix.
Yeah.
we should.
Just clean house.
Our recruiting sucks.
Yeah, it sucks.
We have no good
Sucks.
players.
Hello. Yeah.
Even though in the preseason we were going to win it all.
Yeah, we're going to win it all. Hey, we've got the tat. We've got the tat. Right.
Yeah.
We did win that one.
Yeah, about that.
That's aging well. Oy.
Now, a cream.
Small things that matter.
Some of the stats. Stats amazing.
Okay, so we lost by 5 goals,
Thank you.
but we had 10 more touches, 2 more inside 50s. We had 7 tackles inside 50 when we didn't have 1 last week to their 3.
Was that all Murph?
Yeah, who knows? We had 17 more tackles for the match. It was 60 to 43. Marks were 94 apiece. Contested marks 15 to us, 16 to them. They had 7 more turnovers. We won contested possessions by 4. We won uncontested possessions by 12. And you lose the game by 5 goals.
And we had 3 more scoring shots.
Yeah.
I mean,
Murphy only had 1 tackle.
in the middle of the ground, hit-outs, they won that 43 to 35, but clearances were 36-33 their way. We both had 22 from stoppage, and they had 14 to 11 from the centre square. So it's virtually, it's pretty much fucking identical.
Do you reckon that we lost this at the selection table? You know, dropping a tall defender and then Samson Ryan kicks 3 goals?
When you got like
Odd
-2 in fantasy last
Yeah,
year on his
exactly.
debut.
Sorry, right.
It was an odd selection. I sort of went with it because I'm like, you know, I'm not a coach. I'm on a selection panel. There's a reason why I sit here and call players hot and have a preseason champions tattoo.
Yes.
Like, I'm not qualified. So, you know, I do have a social media account. So obviously I can sprout my mouth off about anything I want every time. But these are much smarter people than me at this thing. So I went with it. And it didn't pay off. But
It didn't. I wouldn't have played. I would have played Butts. I think he after 1 round, you give him another go.
He has to have an injury niggle. Like, you can't be saying we're dropping him to find form after 1 game.
Was it for a haircut?
Could have been. If he comes out this week with a buzz cut,
Comes out with a Nixie.
he was standing with Nixie after all the comments online about sack Nix.
Oh, jeez.
But yeah, I hope that the Crows hierarchy are looking at it at the end of that game going, we really could have used
yeah.
Butts.
Did I
You
see
have to look at it like that.
Himmelberg playing back when Thilthorpe came on?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
How did he go back
It wasn't
there?
terrible.
He was all right.
Yeah.
Took some marks.
He was doing better than as a forward.
Yeah.
Well, maybe they looked at it and went, every time we kick it to him in the forward line, it repels out. So maybe if we put him at the other end, it repels out.
Yes. And for the 3rd quarter, actually, to be fair,
Kind of worked.
that's a good theory.
Kind of worked.
Wow.
That makes sense. He wants the ball as far away from him as possible, so just put him on the goal line.
So let's go through who impressed.
Laird. The bounce back from Laird was great. 39 touches. We know Sophie's happy about that, and I'm sure she might speak about that.
So Sophie will come on for Laird of Roses and Fogalicious in a second. So we'll go through all.
And there's some breaking news with Fogalicious
Yeah.
as well. I liked Rochelle again. I don't know. I feel like we got murdered in the middle of the ground. Jacob Hopper just had his way.
Look, it doesn't help when Rob can't hit to advantage for half of the game. There was one moment near the end of the second quarter where he jumped and Nankervis stayed down and he tapped it down Nankervis' throat. Yeah, you could have tapped it anywhere.
Yeah.
And tap it to the open space. No, let me hit it to my opposing ruckman. He can't hit to advantage. Like, no matter what you do, you could put anyone in there up against him and he'd find a way to hit it to him.
But also, I think Lockie Scholl deserves a massive round of applause.
Yeah.
420 odd meters gained.
Yeah, I mean, he
28 touches?
Yeah, he didn't play last year. Pretty much the whole year he played in the twos, and I really don't know why. I don't know what he did to deserve to get dropped anyway. Was
He
it
just
the
kept
game?
running.
Was it the
They were
game
trying to tell him
against-
that he was dropped, and
I think
he
it's
just kept running
defensively
off.
for him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Everyone
it-
just says he's too lazy.
It was the game against North Melbourne over in Melbourne that we won early last year, I think, before he was dropped, where he just had it on a string. And that did he get 3 votes, or is that when he got the
He got the Rising Star.
Yeah. But that's all he was doing in the twos all year too, was just racking up meters gained.
I think meters gained is the most overrated stat in the world.
True.
Yeah.
Because Jake Kelly will probably have 300 meters gained because he dump kicks 50 meters every time he gets it.
Yeah.
So that, 2 kick, there's 100 meters.
Well, sort of like Smithers and Seed were the meters gained kings.
Yeah.
But the ball kept going over their heads as soon as they, kick it to a something.
It works if you're like a Bailey Smith from the Dogs, because he's like a 70-meter player. He gets it,
Runs
20, kicks 50.
Yeah.
But if you're just dumping it, it's, I want to shout out to Tom Duday, who's not missed a disposal all season so far, 100% disposal efficiency in both games.
Congratulations to him. I think the thing with Scholl, I'll read out his stat line just quickly. He had 4 tackles, which was good. He had 3 intercept possessions, 9 contested touches. Okay, he had 6 turnovers, but he had 15 pressure acts and 3 clearances, all from stoppage.
Nice.
So, yeah. But Duday obviously playing himself to a new contract.
Yeah, hopefully with us.
Yep. If he hits every target this year, it'll help him.
Hopefully he hits the signature, because you've got to sign the...
You do. You do. Yeah.
Well, one liked it and one hated it. Okay. Jeez. All right. I think it's time for Soph to come on for a little bit of Fogalicious. Now, there has been some news about Fogalicious.
There has been some news.
Yeah. Sophie, hello, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. Tell me, Soph, more about Fog.
Well, he managed to hurt his knee without doing anything to his knee. He went up for a big mark and then fell on his back, and now his knee hurt.
Peter, explain.
Knee hurty juice.
How?
That's right, knee hurty juice.
But he had scans today to check the medial ligament. He's got a bit of swelling, but he reckons that it's improving day by day. So he's still hopeful, but we'll see.
Do you risk him?
Not with Gallant kicking 6 in the resis yesterday.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah. As much as I want to see him out there, you probably don't risk him this early in the season.
No. Also, I just want to say, there's a lady that sits behind me at the footy, and every single week for the past few years, she has nothing nice to say about him. She was calling him lazy the whole time, and I'm like, he kicked 3 goals, love. Like,
how can you not have something nice to say about Fog of all
I'm
players?
like, I think that she's just jealous that he's that good looking, so she just hates him.
How old do you reckon she is?
50s?
Yeah, that explains it.
Yeah.
Did he not do his dishes one day?
Well, she's saying mean things about him.
But no, I thought he played okay considering.
And now it's time for our other amazing segment, that is Laird of Roses. Now, just imagine the theme song is playing right now, I promise. Yeah, with the Laird of Roses. Okay.
Nicely tuned, that.
Yeah, what a banger. Now, so, Rory Laird, back to his scintillating best, was he?
He got there eventually. The first half was a bit of a stinker. I feel like it really hit a high point when he just went to kick it and just barely made contact with the ball and just skidded down the wing. It was just really summed up that half of footy for us. There was one stage, I don't even know what he did, but he stuffed up and I slapped my leg that hard. I had a full handprint on my leg for the rest of the half of that footy, so that was great. Thanks for that.
Thanks, Laird.
Thanks.
But yeah, no, you've probably already touched. I wasn't really listening. He did get his 39 disposals, 15 of them contested. He got 16 kicks, 23 handballs. A lot of those handballs were kind of going into the Matt Crouch kind of hospital handball, just straight into Rob's back when he's not even looking.
A lot
just
of them
the
were
stuff we
actually
love.
too, Rob. Like, I noticed he genuinely went to him a lot. Like, he'd run himself into trouble and be like, there's Rob. Back.
I think Rob's trying to adopt someone in the team in the absence of Ned.
Rory.
Rory's the one.
But yeah, he finished with 8 tackles, so that was a lot better than last week. And he did have 5 turnovers though, which, so. But yeah, it's fine. I feel like he's just under a bit of pressure at the moment, so. But no, it's definitely a good improvement on last week.
I think everyone's under a bit of pressure at the moment, to be honest. Crows got to win this week.
Yeah.
Thank you.
If they don't, they'll just have to win the next week.
Oh, she's got something else.
Before I go, this is my favourite stat every week. The person who spends 119 minutes on the field. So
Yeah.
last week it was Hinge, and this week Jordan Dawson.
Oh, you got to
Well
cut that.
Ah, yes.
Okay, thanks, bye.
Thank you so
you,
much,
bye.
Soph. Thank you for coming on. And Soph, head over to Solely Designs as well. Soph has a whole bunch of stuff that she is selling over there, including the earrings as well. You wore them to the game, didn't you, Soph?
Oh yeah, the Guernsey one.
Yeah, the Guernsey ones. Yeah.
And if you don't know how to spell that, it's SOLEIGH.
Yeah, get around it. Now, okay. Now, there was talk about the Crowject interview uptick that happens afterwards. Well, it only happened for one of the big games for Paddy Parnell because he got slung tackled and got knocked out.
This is what happens when you let 14-year-olds play fucking AFL for grown men, mate.
Now, let's talk about, okay, so Broad has been sent straight to the tribunal and there's a lot of talk about the fact, is this going to be justice for, our martyr, Shane McAdam. But at the same time, I was really annoyed there was Beryl and Sloan who saw that incident happen and not
Turned around and jogged away.
Yeah. And Sloan literally stood a metre away from him while there's a child knocked out on the field.
Yeah.
And just nothing. There was no fight. That was a perfect time.
There's so many opposing opinions on this, and I agree with you because I just go. I've said it for literally like 2 or 3 years now. We have no fight in us.
Yeah.
When all these other teams, they're, well, not all of them, but majority of them, they'll rally around each other. I know it's not like always the right time to do it, but I feel like we just show nothing like that, and I do not get it.
That would have been a perfect time for like Dawson or something. He's the captain.
Like show.
They don't have to go and
something.
deck him, but at least get in his face and be like, what the fuck are you doing?
But just stand up for each other.
I don't know when that exactly happened, like the timestamp, but I think we were doing not great at that point, were we?
It was like 10 minutes into the first quarter, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
correct.
Yeah.
Very early.
Sometimes a stink, we don't like to see them, but sometimes that can lift a team
Yeah.
a little bit. If Tex had to come in and flew the flag a little bit, Fog come in, threw his body around, the boys get up and about a little bit, a stink can change them.
Well, it happened last year as well with Cochin and Tex in pretty much the same game. This time last year it was round 5, I think.
Might have been the year before, I reckon, when Cochin kicked him on the ground.
Yeah. And it was like Tex just went off his head and other players went into bat for it.
What's the problem with you? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Whereas, Parnell, they're just like, it's like the chickens and the elephants, just next man up.
And if you want to see the photo of it, it's on AFL Memes Official. They uploaded it.
Don't plug that.
They uploaded it a day ago.
Why don't you go to Fox Footy, just the website, it'll
Watch
be
the
there.
replay.
Yeah. AFL memes.
I think that
They
sent-
split screen it perfectly.
How is that AFL memes official? Like, is it from AFL House? Is it memes in impact font? Like, how's that AFL memes official? Like, I don't get that.
AFL watermark.
I don't know. It just said teammate cops a sling tackle to the ground, Adelaide players, let's walk away and pretend it didn't happen.
How's that a meme? That's not a meme.
In the league. I know it's not a meme. It's a shit page. I understand that.
So why plug them?
Some wanker shared it to a group today.
All right.
I heard Broad went straight to the tribunal because Sean Craig Murphy, the great man, was after him. And they were like, let's get him to the tribunal.
Safety.
We don't want any of this.
Safe house.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't want Australia coming after him.
But in all seriousness, he should get 4 games.
Yep.
Minimum.
Yeah, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard Kingy
You can't-
saying it has to be 6.
Yeah, you can't give McAdam 3 and not give Broad at least 4.
But didn't they give McAdam 3 for the possibility of causing injury?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They can't get him for that because he caused injury. So maybe it's a downgrade. I don't know how that big
God,
class works.
that's true.
We've passed the possibility it actually
Yeah.
happened, so, you know.
Like, once you pin the arms and you drive a bloke's head in, and I said this on the... I said this to a mate last week because he was saying... He was trying to compare McAdam's thing to a sling tackle. Same thing happened with Ryan Burton and Jamie Elliott on the weekend. Just bouncing their head off the ground.
Yeah.
You've got the duty of care. As soon as you pin the arms and you go...
4 weeks.
He was over the boundary line as well. He didn't need the second
He
motion.
had him. He had
Yeah.
him. Like, it's just, stupid.
Yeah. Like, how many
He's
times a
picking
game
up a kid, you know.
you see a player grab someone in a tackle and just run them over the boundary line?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
yeah.
You
That's all you
didn't need that second spin, the lifting off of the feet as well. Like, if anything, he should have just lifted him up like a kid and run him over the boundary line if he wanted to.
Yeah, just sit him on the fence.
Sit him on the fence, ruffle his hair.
Yeah, just sit him on the fence and be like, you stay here for a minute, mate. You think about what you've done.
Yeah, do a Strassman routine as well. No, maybe not.
Did everyone hear that Stevie J thing where he stopped the game?
No?
He stopped a game just after halftime and like pointed at Caleb Daniel, was like, there's still an Oz kicker on here.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fair. All right. Okay, let's get to feedback from the listeners. I've got some of the Instagram story stuff. We can get Twitter and Facebook up as well. So Instagram stories. So straight after the game, we always put up the story as well, asking for your feedback. One of them, we got Andrew Mariani 83, who says, draft all the Rochellis. We also got D. Daniel Vaughan, who says, Marion fullback improves every week. We got Dom Trimboli, who says, sack Nicks. Oh, God, it's tough. Now, here's one here. Sassy JC, who says, I hate umpires. Okay. I don't think the umpires had much. I mean, Razor Ray was on the field.
Sure.
He's a
He was
dick.
bad.
I don't know why. I went with my brother-in-law. It was his second game at Adelaide Oval. He's just moved here from London recently. And he said, why is the umpire helping with the centre bounces before the game? Like, he pointed it out.
They always do that.
Yeah, but it was only for Richmond. He didn't share it around.
Oh, my God.
No, they usually do.
Oh, look at me, Razor.
bias.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I reasonably, yes, I agree, Ray. And I'm not saying that because you share the name with it.
Oh, I think he's the worst. I sat next to the umpires race one time and he like came out and a couple of guys were like, oh, you're going to call it fair? And he turned around and he's like, don't worry, guys. We're going to have a good time tonight. And like finger gunned him. I was like, what a wanker.
One single finger gun.
Yeah, single finger. We're going to have a good night tonight, boys.
That's exactly the personality I imagine.
Yeah.
Mum saw him on the field. She's like, that umpire there, why does he always just stand there smiling? And I'm like, I don't know.
He sniffs his own fluff.
Yeah,
He's definitely his fluff
And he's
sniffer.
incredibly high off it.
Yeah.
he Dutch ovens.
Doesn't he sell cameos or Swish or whatever?
It wouldn't surprise me.
It is Dutch oven.
I think
And
he
he
does.
buys on himself or something.
Ray, you're the highest cameo seller this month. Thanks, guys.
I'm going
I
to
did
see
it
how
all.
much it is.
Okay, so we've got Richie McRicho, who said Himmel showed enough to not be dropped and left across half-back line. Wasn't all doom and gloom. Sort of agree with that. Ale.gab says Saligo All-Australian next 2 years. Now, this is the one. Now, this came up. So, the walk and talk did afterwards as well.
Elite, by the
It was a bit nuts. Jade, just want to say, Sal, she was muted. A little bit.
Mum was, she said she was very tame actually.
Yeah.
And then she said afterwards, she's like, I always think of things I should say after.
She could
And
have
I'm
told
like,
me
it
anyway.
happens to us all, Mum.
Now-
But no, and I think she left a comment on there. She told me.
She did.
She's like, I left a comment on there if you want to read it.
She did great. But I've got one here from the same guy, ale.cab, who says paying $200K per goal for ranking as robbery. Now, it's round 2.
Oh my God.
What happens is that's like, okay, so heaven forbid something happens to Rankin this week and he gets injured and he's out for the rest of the year. Yeah, you can say it's been 200 grand a goal. But the only person that you can point the finger at and do per disposal, that sort of thing, is Rory Atkins.
He's nowhere near Rory Atkins.
No one else, okay? I've just got a couple more here. We've got, this is Sam Curtis, KJ_Scoops, friend of the pod and Patreon, says, we need middle ground. Our worst equals very shit. Best equals great. Where's middle? I think it's in the middle there, Sam.
We haven't found it yet.
No, exactly.
Malcolm's there though.
Yeah. We've got... Danny Lafacori. Yeah, okay, I've stuffed that one up. We'll be genuinely a good team if we play all 4 quarters. That's all I can say. Comment of the year right there. Yes. Okay. What you got, Benny? Oh, sorry, Cream. Who you got?
I got some Facebook ones. Let's go to a good friend of the pod, Sal Hickey. God bless the Sal. There were moments of excitement and we could smell the win, then the disappointment of losing their steam. On a better note, the hot dog with cheese and bacon was a good 9 out of 10. I rate that from you, Sal. Round of applause, please. Oh, my God. Next up, Andrew Bennett. Top fan, friend of the pod.
Now,
Had a bit of a...
Can I just say, Andrew Bennett, one of the authors of The Fabric of Our Club.
Yes.
An amazing book.
Fantastic.
Which we'll talk about in a second,
Yep.
but he had a bit of a mare.
Yeah, he's lost the plot a bit here.
Bit of a mare.
I have always been proud we have never finished bottom. Unfortunately, this might be the year.
Play the curb music. Where is it? Keep going.
All right, next up.
Andrew. I feel bad for the guy. He works very hard. He does a lot for us. But when that came up, I was like, oh, Lordy.
Terry Amore, optimistic. Some match fitness built up during the first half of the season will do them good. More experience is what they need. They are a good team with a lot of them still learning their craft at the top level. The potential they have is exciting. A little frustrated about the not kicking straight in front of goal, but that will improve as they do.
No shit.
Yeah.
You know.
I wouldn't want to get worse, would it? Yeah.
Next up, we've got Rob Van Dyke. Controversial one here. Okay, let's look for positives. Rochelle is the classy mid we've been looking for. He's a great user of it, can win it in traffic and can kick a goal. But Murray is our best defender.
All right. Pitch change.
That was so bad the sound didn't want to play.
Who would you say was the best that played on the weekend in defence then?
Do they?
Yeah, dude. Himmelberg when he got put back there.
Oh, yeah.
Paddy brick wall.
Yeah. Now, I was standing next to a very famous doyen of the club, which hopefully we'll be interviewing this man very soon. But one of the things that this guy said was, why the hell is Tilthorpe only just coming on like he should be playing? Full stop.
Are you talking about...
Ixnay on the name.
I see.
Capiche?
Yes.
Did you not hear what I just did as a run-up? Just
Yeah.
Now, thoughts on Filthy just coming in? Because I'm getting sick to death.
I want it.
Yeah.
Get him in.
I want it.
He comes on, he kicks the goal, he wins a clearance in his first ruck.
Yeah.
Literally took it out of the ruck himself and just...
He's too good to be sitting on the side.
Amen.
Too good.
Yep.
Amen.
All right, I've got about 4 left. Firstly, we'll go to the short one.
No.
Julie Finlay. The inaccurate kicking is pissing me off big time.
Same, babe.
Next up, Chris Paul. Before round 1, I was confident...
CP3.
Yes. I was confident we'd be 10th to 14th. Now I'm not confident and wouldn't be surprised if we're bottom 4 if things don't change. We've shown we compete we've shown we can compete with the big boys, but only for a quarter or so. And bad kicking will always be bad footy. Fucking preach it, Chris. Then you have to question the selection committee. Yes, Butts had a poor game, but then so did quite a few of our other players, including senior players, yet they weren't dropped. We needed Butts to help stop Lynch and Ryan.
Sounds like that guy likes big butts and he cannot lie.
Yeah.
We cannot deny.
Last couple, Cody Fry. I'm guessing Fogarty's arms are too big. They aren't eligible to be chopped. Pedler needs to be permanently in the midfield. Laird, Berry and Schoenberg are not the answer moving forward. Still optimistic, but maybe a little delusional. And the last one, Stephen Whittle. In Phil Walsh's last game as coach, inaccuracy was killing us against Brisbane at the Gabba. We were playing on top of them at times, but 4 goals down at three-quarter time. 76-43. A 6-goal 2 final quarter where the team kicked multiple goals by running into the goal square from point blank. Maybe it's time to just take shots from point blank.
He solved it.
We don't have Josh Jenkins anymore, though.
Bring him back.
That's the new thing. Nixie, just tell them, unless they're within 10 metres from goal, they can't kick for goal.
I'm sorry, but that's the most fucked call.
I rate it because let me justify this. And I was actually about to read a comment from Twitter that said the same thing, basically. The amount of shots we took, ranking from 50 on the corner of the 50 on the boundary. Mm-hmm. Very low percentage shot. You're not going to kick every single one of them.
But that's not on the forward. That's on the coming in.
Delivery,
Yeah,
I feel like our inside 50 work was crap. We need Tom Lynch back.
The connector.
Bring it back
the connector.
Yeah.
If he's got his shoes on.
Yeah, I was going to say, if his Zimmer frame is... Benny Mac. All right. Got on Twitter.
I have picked 2 from Twitter because I think they sum them up. I'll start with the one that's talking about the inaccurate kicking because, well, we've just been there. Maybe inaccurate kicking. However, we had multiple set shots from 45 metres out on the boundary line and missed all of them. I was at the game and I think sometimes they wanted to kick the miracle goal instead of looking for a teammate in a better position. Not many leading into the space either. So there's a few different factors to it. Yeah, a lot of kicks from outside, but will we moving in front? Will we presenting an offer or going, oh, hey, just kick it from 60. Don't worry about it. So I think there's something in that. And then Bisque sums it up perfectly.
Bisque.
You got to risk it.
Lobster bisque.
You got to risk to get the bisque.
I'm not eating that shit.
I mentioned the bisque. All right, Benny Mac.
So Bisque says, worse than the loss has been the reaction of some Crows fans. When it all clicks, and it will, I hope they're as vocal about getting it wrong as they are being right now. If they had their way, we'd be as unstable as some of those clubs that sack their coaches after 2 years.
Could not agree more. That's so true. Like, wholesale changes off the field. Like, this is going to, I honestly think we're looking towards 2025. I mean that in all seriousness. I've got that many people that are just saying, "Oh, Nix isn't the right coach" and everything else like that. They're easily forgetting that if COVID didn't hit in 2020, we would have still shit the bed completely.
Oh yeah.
Imagine the fallout from that if it was a full stadium and everything else. It would have been way worse, honestly. And you know, the fact that we won, was it 2 or 3 games?
3,
3. It's still, I still can't believe that. Like, in all honesty. So.
I still think Nix is gone if we don't make finals next year.
Next year?
Next year.
If we don't make
Next
finals next
year.
year, he's gone.
I think he's safe this year completely. Like, no matter what happens.
Definitely.
I mean that in all seriousness. I think we'll turn a corner significantly next year. But it's not happening this year. And I'm not saying that just because I would say that regardless. And I mean that in all seriousness. This is a part of the Burgess plan.
Can we even...
The master plan.
I still think that anything less than 11th is a fail, and it looks like it's not good early.
Can we even say that it is on Nix? Like, a little bit the selection was a bit, how you going?
Well, we don't know what's happened in the background as well.
Exactly. We got no idea. But his game plan, when executed, holds up against any team in the competition.
We kick straight the first 2 weeks and we could be looking at 2-0 and everyone's going,
Yeah.
"Gee,
Everyone's
how
like,
good's
oh my
Nix?"
God, we're the best.
Jeez,
Then
the
people
Crows
are-
have really turned a corner.
People are hunting me down for selfies with the tattoo instead of trying to chop my leg off.
So speaking of people jumping off the bandwagon, 38,000.
Shocking.
Absolutely shit.
Is it a time slot?
No.
Nah.
It was a perfect day.
Yeah.
If you say 12 p.m. on a Saturday, okay, you can go local sport. 4 o'clock,
Yeah.
And the problem is, I think it's just going to get worse
Yep.
because we've got that many Sunday games. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Now, I do think a part of this is going to be cost of living. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
you know,
Oh,
especially
yeah.
country people, that sort of thing, driving in to see another loss. Like, why would you? But at the same time, hand off your ticket, please.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you look at it like you used to have to wait years to get a membership.
Yeah.
And now you literally could buy one
Now
right
they're
now.
50% off.
Yeah, for one day.
Yeah, and I
only.
paid full price.
What
Yeah.
the?
Hey.
Well, this year I'm buying that reminds me, I need to do it this week. AFL Silver, because I want to get AFL Gold so I can go to all the grand finals.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's smart.
because now's when you want to get on the waiting list.
Yeah.
But when's the Crows' next home game? Because obviously this week's
Or next week.
Is it?
Next
Frio. Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
right.
we've got
And
3
it's
games
Saturday
in a row.
at like
Sorry.
1:15.
I've got my mind stuck on gather round.
Yeah.
That's all.
Gather round.
Yeah, we've got another 3, well, technically 3 home games in a row. So
Yeah.
we've got this week, Freo, Carlton.
Yeah.
You'd want to see something within the next like 3
We'll
home
get
games.
there. The promised land
And-
is there.
That's why I just go
Coming.
make your judgments after then.
The way Freo's going,
Oh, yeah.
We're winning by
we
10
should,
goals.
we
Terrible.
should beat Freo.
Yeah.
Give it time.
All right.
SNFL.
Yeah, get the SANFL.
We had a big old W
Massive W.
over the cross, I don't know.
The
cross
only
Port
showdown-
Road, I don't know, rivalry.
The old Port Road.
The old Port Road rivalry.
Crows win 16-11, 107 to 6-11, 47.
Beautiful.
Can someone read out who kicked the goals, please?
We've got Galan who kicked 6 goals. We've got Sharad Shadudi and Chase Jones and Newchurch who kicked 2 goals. McHenry, Madgen, Cook and Templeton 1 goal each. And we've been told that best on grounds is goal of Ball, Lace, Jones, Cook and Haitley, who was lovely.
Closely followed by Sharad Shadudi.
Your butt. Thank you. Shadudi. Shaduki. All right. Who saw this one? Okay.
I read the 5 key takeaways, and one of them was Strawn, Rack, good. Jones, good, full of dash.
Oh, mate.
It was a writer's night, writer's dream, that one.
So
Strawn, rock, good.
I think if
Written by Tex.
if Rob gets beaten this week, I bring Strawn in against Freo.
I think we bring Strawn in.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Rob's
Why not?
Rob's second half saved him. As much as I hated his first half and his ruck work was still pretty crap in the second half.
That's the problem, though. Why did the first half happen to begin with?
Exactly.
You're told.
Just hit the
Tap it.
red, blue, yellow Guernsey. Yeah, they're the ones you want.
Yeah.
I'm giving him one more chance this
Yep.
week. If he gets beaten by Lysette, I'm sorry.
Yep.
Go back and figure it out.
Yeah.
To be fair, we can't really, take it away from him because you're right. They were fucking wearing high vis. And he's tapped it straight to him. He wasn't wearing camo. The guy went and fixed a road afterwards.
Like the last 2, so
He was out the front moving the bollards at the front of Adelaide Oval, pressing the, they slowly go down. Yeah, exactly.
the next 2 ruckmen after Port, Sean Darcy's not having a great year and he's not getting much help. So I'll back Strawn in against him. And then who have Carlton got? DeConing. He's not exactly.
Pitnet,
And,
yeah.
I mean, we've got Luke Jackson at Freo. He's probably playing more up forward. But
yeah,
still.
yeah.
Are we looking at going the way of the haters and bringing in just a mobile ruckman? You're seeing it become a trend around the competition.
The old muckman.
Well, you're looking at North Melbourne and Flying, and they've got
Hugh Greenwood.
the hottest ruckman in the
Right.
history of ruckman, Hugh Greenwood. So, are we just going to see something where
we get-
Philthorpe becomes our number one? And
Can we fool North Melbourne into promising to rookie him and then we just quickly sign him?
Yeah, come on. It's happened before.
Gold Coast him?
Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, if you want to listen to all of our hijinks that we do off the air as well, including our pre-roll and also our Get Your Crowing and Obscure Crow and all sorts of interviews as well, head over to patreon.com/Crowject. You can sign up for just $1 a month. That's that
Whoa.
much. $1. It's $1. Oh, okay. And we've got our list of our amazing patrons as well to support us for $10 a month and above. And the list is here. Cream, my boy, take it away.
The writing's so small.
Well, zoom in, you potato. Okay.
Better. Dave Carnivale, Jake Bokove, Sugar Ray O'Hara,
Hey.
Ben Pirro, Sophie Damon, God bless her. Great new haircut too. Drew Corner, Sam Curtis, Sean Marie Davies, Brendan McGarrigan, James Payne, Michael Bornholm, Jerome Withers, Matt
Cheers,
and Neil Royland.
Yay. Shout out to Matt and Neil as well. Rocking all things Crom over in the UK as well. So if you also head over to crowject.bigcartel.com, you can get all sorts of Crom merch as well. And literally today, the Poe dropped.
What's that mean?
The completely original
The
idea.
plush, oversized hoodie. And you can see one right there as well. That's how big it gets when it's outside of its vacuum pack.
Can we find a way to put it in like a footy or something?
Oh, what?
Why put it in a footy?
Have you seen those hoodies in the footy? Yeah?
No.
No, we haven't. Cream?
Okay, we're going to steal the idea.
No, we're not.
Oh, apparently we do it every other time. So why not get it?
do.
That's the point. We steal everything. So we're stealing the idea. Who made the hoodie in the footy? The AFL? Yeah, fuck you.
If this episode has a name, it's going to be, Cream Ruin the pod with
Cream
this
ruins
one simple
Christmas.
trick.
Cream on the pod
Cream
gone
ruined
wrong.
Yeah. Anyway, so plush oversized hoodie, only $59, and available to be shipped this week. And also our amazing Garden Stakes Guernsey as well, which I went through on the Walk and Talk. Shout out to, I can't remember the name of the two gentlemen that came up. Tristan and Ryan.
Yeah.
So they came up and I was able to describe the fact that it's a garden stake because it's separated. Like it's not prison bar. Because you don't want a prison bar that has a cap because then it's not a bar. It's just
Pretty easy to get out of it.
It's pretty easy to get out of. Yeah.
Also, guys, just don't order the plush oversized hoodie for a week because we've got to get the footies to come first to put them in.
That's not happening. Oh, Jesus. Anyway, from China. Yeah, our Wuhan connection. Crowject.bigcartel.com. We'll be putting up some codes this week as well because it's showdown week. Yeah. So you'll be able to get yourself all sorts of stuff on there as well.
I reckon we're looking pretty good to go Lolport 119.
Oh, shit.
Sportsbet paying $1 for that one to be up.
That is happening. I'm going to put that up tomorrow morning.
There we go.
Lolport 119, 40% off. Fuck it. Okay. Whoa.
I'm crazy, John, and I've got crazy.
Peter's gone completely nuts.
And if they order it right now, Pete, do you reckon they'd get there before this week?
Absolutely.
The
Spread shipping. Fuck it.
If you want to piss off some
Whoa.
wharfies on
He's
the hill.
really balling.
You know what? I saw the accountant today. He saw how much I paid in postage, and he's like, "Why is that?" And I said, "People order stuff." And he's like, "Wow, okay. Australia Post must love you." I hope they sent me a Rolex watch like they did to their old CEO. But anyway, crowject.bigcartel.com as well. Or I'll just sizzle that just then. Anyway, it's time to hear from our sponsors. And we're back. All right, time to do some around the grounds, Cream, isn't that right?
Around the ground.
Oh, he's done it now.
Ladies and gentlemen.
So, who's got the scores up for our Thursday night humdinger?
A humdinger on a Thursday night.
Mm-hmm. We'll talk about the Friday night one with the power taking out the Lions again.
2 power
Carlton.
failures in 2 days.
Thursday we had Carlton 90 defeating the Cats by 882.
Tell you
Cats, no good.
My God.
They look
you could see it coming
unfit.
a fucking country mile away.
That's still a mile.
It's a country mile and a half away.
Okay.
They look unfit.
They look soulless.
They look old.
They don't have Selwood anymore, and it's amazing how just not having one player completely changes the look of a team.
Yeah, but they replaced
Well,
him.
there's less bandages on the
Not-
head.
yeah. But it's like he wasn't their best player, but it's like they play different. It's like they don't.
He had
have,
the heart and soul of the team.
like it's like they don't have a gear to go to.
They really should have lost that by more. Carlton
Yeah.
dominated that game. It wasn't an 8-point game.
Yeah.
Is that on your car? Where it's like, park, neutral, drive, Selwood for sport?
No.
Yeah, it crashes into something.
Well, it's in Selwood mode.
It's in Selwood mode. It's just run into a pole.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's
Brake
got
fluid
fluid.
leaking out. Anyway,
If it
Just
wasn't
taped.
If it wasn't for Jeremy Cameron, they would have got nowhere fucking near this.
Yeah.
All credit to him. And I did pick him for the Coleman, so I'm quietly happy he kicked 6. But 25 touches for a forward as key
He's-
forward
yeah.
as well.
He's the best player in the game at the moment.
That's not close.
Big.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
No, I disagree.
I disagree.
That's a big call.
It's a big, yeah.
Thanks, Nick.
It's arguable. Like, that's the thing about it. It
Yes.
can be argued.
Contentious.
Yeah.
Friday night, we had Brisbane winning by 11 over the Demons, which should have been 50, not 11, let's be honest.
If Max Gorn played that whole game, Melbourne win this game.
Oh, poor Melbourne. They lose the All-Australian ruckman. They've only got the other All-Australian ruckman to back him up.
So old mate Gorn's going to go back to making his jaffles, and Grundy can't make his, his bloody oat milk cappuccinos.
Wasn't that a cup of soup and a Reuben Jimby?
The backyard cafe.
Oh, jeez. Now, there was a power outage. There was confusion at the ground as well as to whether they were coming back. My favourite was Alistair Lynch, who seemed to be the only person there that had actual power. And it's just him just glowed up and everything. And he's just like, fucks, Gary, I've got no idea what's going on. And you just see him just walking away, just going to his old chums at the Lions.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, what the fuck's going on?
I like the padding of him where he's just like,
Yes.
they're pretty unhappy the bars aren't open. Good stuff, Alistair. Thank God you're here.
But if this game was 5 minutes longer,
Melbourne win.
Melbourne win.
Yeah.
And that says more about Brisbane than it does.
Yeah.
No.
I don't...
Like Melbourne Brisbane just put the cue in the race.
Oh, did
and
they?
this is what happened against Port last week.
Yeah, but okay, you've had an unprecedented circumstance where start of the fourth quarter they're 40 points up. They're both teams are pretty much playing keep away.
Yeah, but surely if you're Chris Fagan, you say, okay, there's half a quarter left. If we concede, well, not even that. It's if we concede 2 goals in a row and it gets down under 5 goals, here's what we're going to do.
Do you reckon it shows some of the leadership issues in their group?
Well, their
Zorko
leader
went off, didn't he?
Yeah, their leader was subbed out, and he was the best player on the ground.
Didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, he was coming back from a hamstring injury, the 40-minute break or whatever it was, then warming up again. Too much risk of that. And he played so well.
Yeah.
Give him a rest, give him a spell.
Yeah. I mean, what do you have? 28 touches and 2 goals or something?
Yeah, it was incredible.
Yeah.
What'll be really interesting is if we get to the end of the year and they're a bit of percentage off of, say, top 4 and they miss it.
Yeah.
And that's what I was thinking when the power went out. I was like, if they call it now, what do they call it?
They were never going to call it because there's too much gambling on the line.
Yeah.
There's too much money in gambling to risk the.
If they called it, they would have called it. They would have called it Gabbergate.
Well, everyone would have got their money back, or legs would have been voided, or something like that. But like, do they just give? They said that if the game was called off, then it would be a Brisbane win. But is it like just
to the margin that
margin?
it was? Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, was Gabbergate the guy that kicked those couple of goals in the sample that you said before as well?
Gabagool. Voided leg sounds like an emo band.
Yes.
Let's do it.
All right, Support X, voided leg. With a new hit, gamble responsibly. Okay.
Then Saturday, Collingwood absolutely humped Port Adelaide into the MCG turf by 74. And
Couldn't happen to a bigger bunch of cockheads. Tell you what.
young Jason looked quite the buy, didn't he? Have you seen the footage?
The one of him not chasing.
Yeah.
I said this. I said to mates last week, let's see what happens when he comes up against a midfield that's going to put time into him and they're accountable, and you've got DeGoey running through there who puts physical pressure on him. And in saying that, Nick Dacos is leading the Brownlow.
Oh, he's unbelievable.
Mate, both of his goals. I mean, firstly, you had the Pendlebury over the back of the head.
That was the best one because all the Port players thought it was out of bounds, so they all just stood there and watched him run away with it.
Yeah.
And they're like, hang on, isn't the whistle going to go? And then Dacos was kicking a goal while they're still scratching
And then the
themselves.
second one, he's marked it pretty much at 50 on the boundary line. He's just taken 3 or 4 steps inside and just pumped.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
The
And he was getting
one,
tagged all day.
Oh.
Yeah, Lockie Jones as well. I brought him into my fantasy team. He had 19.
that's not great.
This is fucking Tom Stewart all over again. And this guy didn't even get injured.
Exactly.
I tell you, look, we're going to talk about the showdown coming up, but that game by Port, they stunk it up completely.
Yeah.
You don't want to run in like that.
Nah.
No.
They come up against a red hot Collingwood though, who are absolutely throbbing for the contest. But
Yeah, red hot. Red hot and throbbing. All right, that's the name of the game. Red hot and throbbing.
I said that and I was like, why did I say that?
Must dig my dig in the mashed potato.
Fucking throbbing for it. Better tell you what, Collingwood do look like...
Red hot and throbbing.
Oh, they look like a top 2 team.
Yeah.
They look better than last year.
Premiership favourites at the moment.
Yeah.
Sportsbet.
Yeah, they'd have to be.
I mean, yeah, reassess it halfway through the year, but I can't see... If they're not 8-3 after 11 or 8-2 after 10 rounds, I'll be amazed.
Yeah, definitely.
It's going to take some. And Billy Frampton wasn't that good. He made a lot
Shock.
His first act of the game was giving away a 50 penalty that led to a goal.
He made, like, if you go back and you watch the game, a lot of his kicks didn't hit targets. He, like, kicked in towards the middle of the ground, kicking over blokes' heads and whatever, but...
We're talking about 2022, Billy Frampton.
Yeah, don't forget the showdown last year. 10 seconds left, and he just kicks it. He's coming in out of defensive 50 pretty much, comes into the centre square and just does a 20-metre kick.
To Matt Crouch of all
Matt
people.
Crouch,
Yeah.
who's looking for the handball straight away. We've only got 10 seconds. Anyway.
We spoke about our game. St Kilda, 51-point winners over the Dogs.
Dogs look bad.
Real bad.
And I said they'd make top 4, so fucking pull your fingers out.
Poops is
And
up
what
and
the
about.
hell is happening? Because the game afterwards, North Melbourne now 2-0. 1 point win over Freo. Harry Sheasel saved them.
I watched this one live, and the whole going out of bounds thing. The siren had gone before the ball had gone out of bounds.
Yeah. Don't talk to Fremantle about late sirens at the end of the fourth.
Oh yeah.
Touchy.
Yeah, 06 siren go. Don't forget
But
that.
this Harry Sheasel kid,
He can play.
He's not bad.
He's bloody good.
If someone wants to get the rising star odds up, he'd have to have hit the front.
Well, he was a nom.
Surely.
He was a nom this
Nom
week.
last
He was
year.
last week.
week.
Yeah.
Last week.
Yeah,
He played-
Ashcroft was this week.
Oh, Ashcroft. Yeah.
Yeah, 34 he had, so he probably deserved it. Ashcroft. 31, yeah.
He is $3 second favourite. Ashcroft is still the favourite.
Ooh, it's good value. Gamble
$3.
responsibly.
And Nick Dacos has come all the way into equal favouritism for the Brownlow from memory, but for $10 with Clayton Oliver.
Yeah, right. Then we go to Sunday, and Sydney absolutely drove Hawthorn into the ground. All that comes to mind is the Homer Simpson thing. Stop kicking him, he's already dead.
Everyone I know won money on this game. Every single fucking person.
Even me.
Yeah, honestly,
Saying
they
something.
just picked Sydney players to kick goals, and they all just kicked fucking goals and pumped them.
Yep. Hawthorn went like 2.5 quarters without scoring as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
They were bad.
a train wreck. Essendon, 28 points over the top of the Gold Coast, who have signs that they're not looking good, the Gold Coast Suns. And then the last game of the round, the West Coast Eagles got up by 19 over the Giants.
Yeah, Giants weren't overly convincing. I think West Coast, the home factor was at home was a massive deal, but yeah, I'm not overly convinced by West Coast. I still think they'll be bottom 6.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Both of these teams are going to be at the tail end of the ladder.
Yep.
And that's it.
All right. Time for some news.
Let's get to the news.
All right. Everyone put your footy voices on.
Yeah.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen.
Just kick it up the
That was my
guts.
emphysema voice.
Kick it up the guts. He's red hot and trouble for this one.
Get rid of it. Yeah, it's time to talk footy. All right, Wacker McStanger, what do you got over there, Raybo?
25 players have recommitted for season 8 of the AFLW.
You're joking. Tell us who, Ray-Ban.
No. I will not.
Mate, if I could pick one, I'd pick them all.
Give me one name.
And Hatchard.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
They've basically all recommitted except for Ash Woodland, a dog that went to bloody Port.
That's all right. We'll get her in the showdown.
Yeah, of course we will. That showdown plate.
Tell you what,
The platter.
Sarah Allen's going to put her in her pocket in the rooms, and that'll do.
Oh, God, yeah. And, Shane McAdam, I'll tell you what, he's had it in for him. Bloody victorious.
Bloody big boys.
Fucking weeks.
Can we actually, Pete, on this Shane McAdam thing?
Yes.
Can we talk about what happened in the social media group with Alex when we put the Dennis Denuto picture up?
Oh, that's right. Oh, okay. Yeah.
This made my night. This was so funny.
What have I missed?
Okay, so we have a few people that help us out on our social media stuff.
Yes.
Okay. And one of them is her name's Alex, and she's fantastic, but still in high school. Okay. And she does a lot of posts, does a lot of TikToks and everything else like that. Now, everyone knows who Dennis Denuto is from the Castle.
Yep.
No.
It's the vibe.
Yeah.
It's Marbo. It's the vibe.
Have you seen the movie The Castle?
I think so.
Come on, it's a quintessential Aussie movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm different.
In fact, Rissol, like we were talking about before. What do you think these love?
Yeah.
Oh,
Football, meat pies, The Castle, and Holden cars, even though they're not made anymore. We put up the photo of Dennis Denuto, and Alex said, "I have no idea who that is."
Yeah, because you said, keep an eye out for any funny comments.
Yeah.
We'll mention them on the pod. And someone sent a picture of the QC that actually wins the case in the Castle and was like, should have hired this guy. And she put it into the group saying, don't know what this means, but I assume it's funny.
And I think, didn't I reply, oh my God, I forgot how young you are. So I was just like, oh, yeah.
That was great. It was so good. But I think our problem was that we went too hard for a fine. If we had said, like, downgrade it to 2 weeks to match with Cozzie's, I think we could have got it lessened. But because we went, we want a fine.
But that's a part of the, it's, Donald Trump, the art of the deal. You've got to be somewhere in the middle.
He definitely deserved weeks.
Oh, definitely deserved
I don't think there's anyone that's saying he should have got off.
No.
But at the same time, the fact that he got denied twice by a loaded AFL media as well.
They were throbbing to put him away.
Red hot and throbbing to put him away. Your face when I said that, I was like, why did I say that? And then your face, like, that was the best bit about it.
I love how I went straight to the pen. I'm just like, yes, red.
I'm going to Google that later.
Don't.
If you know what's good.
Well, we're not surprised. But look, I remember saying at the time, I really hope they go the David McKay angle, where it goes from 3 weeks to nothing, and there's just, a bloke who's, still drinking through a straw. Who's just like, fucking David McKay.
David Mukay.
Yeah, Mukay.
Oh, and can we talk about the fact that the guy, Jacob Weir, who he nearly knocked out, got knocked out on the weekend within the first 5 minutes of the game?
Yeah.
Late effect of Shane's bump, obviously.
Well, there was
everyone just got it out
possibility
for this bloke. Either that or whoever knocked him was like, nah, I'll show you how it's done.
Man, these bird teams are always after me.
Yeah. Like
Good
the
luck
guy,
getting placed
You
the
shoot
Hawks.
one bird away.
the guy had one job. Bang. All right. What's next?
Varlo sign on as high performance partner.
Now, what does Varlo do?
Okay.
Weights? Do they?
Anybody?
Well, that's ironic, isn't it, for a lot of our negative Nancy fans that a waste company has come on to support our high performance team, the Crows.
They also sponsor the
Clipsal. They stole the Clipsal from Clipsal.
Yeah, Clipsal.
Yeah, it was
Super
the Varlo
Loop.
500.
Superloop and
Yeah,
Varlo.
then the Varlo.
Yeah.
Yeah, where you going, mate? Going down to the Varlo.
They are advanced lighting technology.
Okay, not waste.
Not quite.
Almost the opposite of waste.
Yeah, waste.
Cheap energy bills. Nice.
Yeah, nice.
Very nice.
Nice. My lights. Yes, nice. Cheap.
Let's be like, ooh.
Do you reckon that this is some 4D chess from Tim Silvers? He gets the sponsor on it, it's the lights and everything. He gets all the cheap stuff for Thebby.
Yeah, that's right. He's doing some backyard deals. He's got a concreter that's going to do it on the cheap.
He's just going to get like gyms to sign on because they've got
Everything.
Yeah, literally gyms mowing, gyms concreting.
Antennas.
We need some test and tags done. Yeah, we got that.
Yeah.
Jim's high performance specialist. Jim's beep tests.
Jim's canteen operators.
Jim's tuck shop.
Yes, very good.
Jim's tree restoration.
If you want to head down for the Easter egg hunt that the Progress Association for the 5031 group are doing, apparently they're doing that during Easter, during the time our Lord and Saviour passed away for our sins. So
Be a good time to do it, I reckon.
yeah, it's a good time to do it as well. Very disrespectful. But at the same time, maybe I'll hit up Rainbow Crows to go down again and just to be accosted by some Beryl again as well. I'm so mad I missed out on that. I'm so mad. I know Brendan McGarrigan, friend of the pod and patrons, listening right now, and I really wish I was there for that.
So I just head down any other day, apparently. It's the most popular park in the state.
Well, that reminds me, there was a tweet on the weekend, and I absolutely pissed myself laughing at it. This is the reason why we're losing. This person said, "That's right. Here we go again. Greedy Crows lose. As I keep saying, stealing community land next to Thebarton Oval is shameful. You will not win until you deal justly with the local Thebarton and Torrensville community."
They put a curse on us.
Yeah.
Anyway, and then they said, anyway.
That's what I'm thinking. The bad juju with the pins.
But then they go on to say, anyway, Crows are just a crap team, just losers.
Well, I mean, we're 0-2.
So is it
Yeah, I mean, we didn't win, so technically.
Yeah, I mean, they got a point. But, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but is it the curse or are we just bad?
But now we got the cheap power bill.
Yeah, you're going to say. Yeah, and you know what we're going to do? We're going to set up all these lights just directly into their homes. Yeah. Just, oh, crap, we put them the wrong way.
You get a spotlight. You get a spotlight.
But you know what? It's fine because we got them half price, so we can have 1,000 of these things.
And just a big fuck off wind turbine as well.
Yeah.
Vroom, vroom. It's constant light. Good if he's doing hydroponics. Don't do that. Okay. Next up, SCA, Southern Cross Australia Extend Partnership, and of course our man Sean Craig Murphy is as happy as Larry.
Congratulations, Sean.
Love you, Sean.
We love you.
Lifted him up after the Parnell news.
I hope you get Broad.
Yes.
Get him.
Yeah, get the dog. What's going to happen to Broad next week? We should keep an eye on that, actually.
What do you mean?
Because of what happened to Weir as well. Maybe something will happen to Broad. Or not next week.
I was going to say, like, next
Or
month.
he might be walking down the street, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
You're going to run him down with your car.
Flag that.
The Sean Craig.
What's going to happen to you next week?
The Sean Craig Murphy mobile flying down the road.
You're going to start
I like
pegging
your
some
new bed
half-price light bulbs from Varlo at him while he's walking the dog.
get him with a fluoro from Bar.
The big bat.
Across the back.
WWE style. WrestleMania is coming up.
All right. And
We're a week away.
I've just written this down as well about the SANFL is now on the AFL app. So if you've paid for your SANFL subscription, get fucked.
They're going to give you $20 back because it's
really?
$20 cheaper.
Ooh. Wait, what?
So you still get the
$300?
subscription, but the SANFL one was more expensive, so they're going to give you $20 back and give you that subscription.
Isn't it live and free on the AFL app? Like
No, one game.
Yeah.
One game will be, you still got to get the...
If you want to
think-
watch the reserves ones, though, reserves games, then they're on something else.
We've got no
Yeah.
idea.
I got an email about it before because I don't pay for it. So I mean,
All right, so the AFL Live app from memory has all the minor round
I think they'll play
matches, the seniors,
Port and
and the finals ones. Channel 7 has all the finals matches, and the SANFL app has the rest.
yeah, sounds good.
Shocking.
Who cares? The Bays are going to fucking win it all anyway.
Yeah, look it up yourself, all right?
Yeah, shockingly there isn't anything on the homepage of the AFL.
And if you download Sample now and subscribe, you get to hear these dulcet tones making an absolute mockery of commentary in the Sample under 18.
Beautiful.
Yeah, shout out to Ray. Yeah, there you are.
Who was playing on the weekend, by the way?
I was down at Westies for West Adelaide versus the Eagles
How'd
in the
they go?
under 18s.
Ooh.
West Adelaide, the craziest game I've ever seen. West Adelaide had it trapped in their forward 50 for the first 18 minutes of the first quarter. Eagles did not have an inside 50. West Adelaide kicked 5 behinds in that time.
What is happening? Was there a breeze?
None. Eagles went on to kick the next 12 goals in a row over the next 2 quarters. And then Westies scored 3 goals for the game.
Was father-son project
Tyler Welsh? No, not there. Couldn't see him anywhere. Bit, just,
Disappointing.
couldn't find him. Disappointing. There's plenty of AFL scouts in the crowd, though. Robbie Gray, Jared Ruffhead was there. Odd to say.
Big rough.
Yeah, big rough.
But, a few good kids in that team.
All right. Let's go from kids to Beryls and Cecils.
Opposite end of the spectrum.
Oh, yeah.
I've got 3 and I can't tell which one's worse. So we're going to start with the one that I think is the least bad one. But you know what? We've got David in Adelaide Crows community who says, bringing Gallant up forward, he kicked 6 today, space, to replace space, Hanneberg. He's coming in. Hanneberg out.
Who was that? David Gaskin.
Was that
David G. How about we just don't say their last name?
Davey G.
Yeah.
Okay.
We've got Barry in Adelaide Crows Pride the Forum. We return to where the best stuff happens. The plethora of Beryl and Cecil's. Says, I don't know if I've missed something, but haven't seen anything yet. And actually, Jade, you might agree with this one, so I should probably be careful what I say sitting next to you. I haven't seen anything yet that excites me more about Rankin than having retained Jimmy Rowe.
Oh, yeah.
That's not my better
That was
account.
from Barry No Name.
Barry, no. It says it on my license.
And lastly, Mark in Adelaide Crows Pride the Forum. To be honest, I hope Adelaide lose their next 10 games and are forced into embarrassment and shame. Then with a bit of luck, the coaching staff on board will resign. It's the only way we can move forward because the last 25 years have been a disaster. The club has no pride, passion or heart, and unfortunately, like many other people, I have lost my love and passion of the game and the club. Angry face emoji, crying emoji.
Mate, it's round 2, relax.
Honestly,
God needs a hug.
if you're that pressed by it, just fucking leave. Why is everyone everyone's complaining on Twitter, they're like, oh, I'm sick of going to games, blah, blah, blah.
Spending all my money.
Well, don't watch it then. Don't go. Just fuck off. I'm sick of seeing it.
Fuck off!
Fuck off. I'm sick of it.
Just you sitting there, just leave, would you?
Get the fuck out of
You're
here.
starting to sound like,
Surprise.
Stop it, Rob. I don't want to have a bath with you again.
Who poured spring water on all my lush bombs?
Oh my God. All right. Enough of that.
All right. Now, it is time for Golden Toot of the Week, ladies and gentlemen. Now, there it is. Thank you, Craig. Now, I've only got the one so far, which is, of course, one Damien Barrett. Oh, mate. Purple. Why is he called Purple? Purple? Yeah.
I don't know. It was one of those triple M nicknames that just stuck for some reason.
It's a triple M thing.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he just like Cadbury or something. Or Prince.
Cabbage.
Yeah, Big
Called stink like shit.
I don't like calling him the whole colour. I call him Perpy.
Red hot, throbbing, and perpy.
Terrible.
Perpy.
Red hot, throbbing and perpy. That's after a big night.
Yeah, I was going to
Treat yourself like an amusement park.
Mate, I think you need a cream for that. Perpy. So you've just changed the L to an I?
Yeah.
It just makes him feel better.
Sounds better.
Okay. All right. Very quickly. So, old mate, Perpy.
The big purper.
Now, in his Sliding Doors, great movie, by the way, 96 Gwyneth Paltrow. If Rankin and Rochelle sounds like a law firm or real estate agency, then the combo might also be the reason the Crows surge up the ladder this season. That's the most generalised statement ever. Like, if they play good, then the Crows might go up the ladder.
It's like a fortune cookie.
Yeah.
You
Take
will
it how
see
you
the
will.
sun tomorrow.
Yeah.
But, I've made the gag before about they sound like an accounting firm or something. But you can do that for anyone.
Oh, yeah. Walker and Fogarty.
Yeah. There's plenty of them out there. So that's our early nomination for Golden Toot of the Week.
Actually, you say that. McLean and cream. Not so much. Not for
That sounds like on Linda Loads' website.
Shout out to Sean Craig Murphy.
There with the big
He's got that.
throbbing perpy.
he's got the 8mm for that one as well, or the 35mm.
Why are we talking about millimeters after talking about red hot throbbing?
That's what film used to come in.
Oh,
It sounds bigger if you go millimeters.
yeah. Mate, I'm 245 millimeters.
Bullshit, I've seen it. No, you're not. All right, anyway. Now, we've got the legal Brownlow as well. Did I give this a different name?
Stevie J.
Oh, the Stevie J Brownlow, of course, after Steve Johnson, who kicked off the Geelong dynasty by just
Breaking into someone's house.
breaking into someone's house and deep-throating a whole bottle of banana boat. SPF 30, apparently. Yeah, allegedly.
On the same website.
It's 30 plus.
Now, the Stevie J Brownlow nominee this week goes to one Taron Thomas. Now, for all the crap that he's done as well, but the fact that North Melbourne had to come out and say he hasn't really participated enough in his rehab
I think he's done.
like his behaviour courses and other
There's
stuff
one
like
we
that.
were absolutely glad that they bid on.
And there's still people defending him. And I saw someone say, we should pick him up at the Crows.
No.
We can rehab him here.
They're like, he's just a young kid. I'm like, seriously, if you're 22 and don't know, like, simple respect, you are fucked.
Absolutely. Yeah. And we don't stand for that here. But at the same time, the fact that the club had to come out to say something about that sort of shows they're just like, wow, this, you're off the rails.
Yeah.
And for Clarko to take a stand like that, given all the other things he's said, that's okay. Anyway, that's
some pretty fucked shit. And even he was like, oh.
Yeah, and he's just like, shit. Someone open a window in here.
Everything he's alleged to have said. And that one's like, oh, shit.
Yeah. Here, take my wife. Someone, please. It's like, geez. All right. Now it is time for the tipping update as well. Who's got the tipping results?
Hold on.
Oh, here we go.
Me bad.
Here we go.
Same.
So, my tips.
Not your tips.
Yeah, I'll go.
The competition.
My comps, Crowject Patreon tipping.
Okay. And,
View ladder.
We almost need
Okay, let's go. So,
one of these almost.
how did you say you were going?
I'm winning.
You're on top.
That's when you know there's something severely wrong.
I'm
Really bad.
I'm trying
What is this?
I'm trying to get the race to the bottom, and it just shows. I'm trying to stuff them up. Now, shout out to
Although, you go.
No, just shout out to my daughter who's coming 12th. She's 3. But she just picks the magnets. So,
Well, it's better than what.
But then your wife's also coming 4th.
yeah, I know. Don't worry. She's confused
Sirocco
too.
Cup.
Literally. He's going to end up coming fucking 1st, 2nd, and 3rd between him and Miranda and the Demon.
I tried to get my 3-year-old to do my tips with me, and I said,
That's
who's
right.
going to win, St Kilda or Western Bulldogs? He goes, who cares? Fair enough, actually.
I'm going to put that in at the end of the pod, by the way. Who cares? Because that was amazing.
Pete is leading on 11. And
I just want to point out the
Elodie-
margin. I'm still in single digits for the margin.
Yes.
Oh my God.
I don't know how.
Elodie is equal top.
Our South Korean correspondent.
Yeah.
We go to her now. How's
Our-
prom doing in South Korea,
Our
Elodie?
soul connection.
Yeah.
Yep, thanks for that.
Yeah, we're still waiting on clearance from Kim Jong-un's office.
That's the only reason why Leighton's not on tonight.
Yeah.
He's put an embargo.
We cross live to Pyongyang.
Not again. It's a good name to say Pyongyang. Pyongyang. You got to really.
I don't even know if
that.
that's in Korea.
That's
audio's
in
gonna
North Korea.
You know what? Yeah, it's one of them.
This audio is going to look like the United Nations with the amount of flags on it.
I mean, there's 2 Koreas, so you got 50-50 chance.
Top or bottom.
Yeah.
They're both the same.
Yeah. And you can be red hot and throbbing on both. It doesn't matter.
Unless you're Kim Jong-un's.
Yeah, I was going to say
Yeah, no.
red hot and common,
Yes.
like commie.
Thanks
Press
for that
the flag again.
Kim Jong-un, bottom operator.
I don't want to get poisoned.
Let's just break this up with some music.
All right, Windows 95 is booted up. Cream. What else is happening in the tipping?
Nothing.
Okay.
You're up top with 11, and
Am I dead last?
where are you? You are. You're equal dead last with about 5 others on 6.
Including
Jade
me.
is one of them. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So there's only 5 between top and bottom.
After round 2, that's a pretty big margin.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, 36 people. There's plenty of time to make it up.
Okay, now it's time for Fantasyland. All right. Yeah. Dance, you fucks.
Yeah.
You're just like... All right.
Still getting over Kim Jong-un's sexual preference.
Now, this was a good week to have Rory Laird off the back of last week. For those who stuck fat with him.
Yep. Stuck fat one.
Yeah.
Red hot and throbbing.
Yeah. He got 142 and Clayton Oliver got 149. So there were some big scores last round.
That haircut.
Obviously, we touched on Harry Cecil. He went good again, getting 127 last week. He's actually gone up $108,000 up in value.
56. And his break-even still minus 40.
Yeah, so just hold on to him. He'll get to 650, 700 at this rate by mid-year.
Yep.
I'll be honest, I'm looking at getting rid of Matthias Philippou. He's a good player, but he's just not putting up great numbers. Now is really where you start to look at which primos you want to bring in.
I've had to get rid of Jack Steele this week, as we've seen his shoulder absolutely put to smithereens and played through.
Yep.
But yeah.
I guess I brought in Nick Dacos last week, which was a wise decision.
Cool.
But yeah, any of you guys got any particular people you want to bring in this week?
Question for the table. Am I going too soon to trade McRae?
Jack McRae?
No, I'd get rid of him, to be honest.
Yeah. He's dropped 100K, I think, since
Yeah.
the season.
Just boot him, in my opinion.
Tom Green in, McRae out.
Tom Green's a good one. I've brought Parrish in this week because I had to get rid of Steele.
Yep.
So, and I've got, I had another injury in my back line that I had to tidy up. So,
Yeah, I brought in LDU last week.
oh, yeah, that's who I brought in. Actually, forward line injury.
And then for Steele, I'm going Setterfield. But apparently, Hopper may not play this week, and Day.
Hopper is in doubt this week.
And apparently, Day
With a knee.
has an injury as well.
Well, I was going to bring Day in, so
Keep an eye on that
I'm
one.
just going to wait until Thursday
Keep an
night.
eye.
Actually, I did my trades today and I forgot both of them because I didn't do either of what I just said. I brought LDU in for Steele.
Yep.
And I brought in Toby Green into my forward line
Risky.
for instead of Zach Bailey,
Got to risk it.
Well,
who's had 60 points in the first 2 weeks.
yeah.
Dog.
Risk for the bisque.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Best of luck to everybody. Currently leading our leagues are, if I can get it up here, Thomas Schultz and Connor Nelson, who friend of the pod,
Our man Crowject.
he knocked me off on the weekend. There's 6 on top. Thilthorpe's Angels Jade Hickey is equal top.
That's it.
So congratulations to you.
Thank you.
And Go Crom, there's an open league. Jack Bates is leading that one from our friend Lockie Dant. So go well, everybody.
Go well, go hard. Go long.
Kick the bloody thing.
Keep it throbbing. All right. Now everyone's everyone's going to think that Prince's Kiss is playing right now. I'm going to put that into post afterwards. If we just hit the flag, and what's the time, big boy? Is it time for Creamy's calls?
It's time for Creamy's calls. We're going to keep this short and sweet.
Hey Ray, is it time for Creamy's calls?
It's always time for cream.
We touched on this earlier.
Robbing for it.
Robin calls. And Gold Coast is going to beat Geelong this week.
Oh,
In the Gold Coast.
at Heritage Bank Arena.
Yes. Yep. We were talking about it before. I said that Geelong were going to have a very rough start to the year, and I think it's going to continue this week. Gold Coast have beaten them before. May have been pre-season, but I don't know. There's just something about me that screams upset here. So I'm going the upset there. And there was one more.
Call me Creamy.
Up late with cream.
God. There was one more.
Like with hot dogs.
Curdled.
I'm putting my money on Harry Sheasel to beat Will Ashcroft for the Rising Star after the first two rounds. I don't think Will Ashcroft will win it now. Now that there's so many midfielders in the Brisbane team,
And a bit of pressure starting to mount on them.
and North Melbourne are winning games, and as long as they win games, then Sheasel looks even better. So I'm going to say that he will win the Rising Star.
Can I make a big creamies call?
Do it.
North Melbourne will win a flag by 2028.
That's too
You have been
sensible.
listening to David King because he said the exact same thing. Clarko's
Did he?
5-year plan.
Did he? I was watching some videos of him before. Is it 5 years from now? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they'll win their first one within 5 years.
And then they'll
With
move to
Clarko.
Tasmania.
Hopefully.
I'm telling you, if they win a flag within 5 years, if he's not already, which people would argue he is, Clarko will go down as the greatest coach of all time.
Yep.
Yeah.
If he takes that to a flag.
If he takes that team, turns it around and turns it into
Yes,
a
they've
flag
only-
in 5 years, then
They've only won 2 games, and yes, one of them was against West Coast, and one of them was against Fremantle, who aren't the best of judges right now. But that team looks like a team that will actually play for each other. They look happy. There's a lot to be said about happiness in a football team.
if you had gone to North Melbourne at the start of the year, as in like January, and you would have been like supporters and said, what are you expecting out of North Melbourne? They would have said, we just want them to be competitive.
Well, they didn't even know if Clarko was going to coach.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think they would have been.
Because he said the things, allegedly.
Yeah, I don't think they would have been expecting him to win games.
No.
So I don't want to say good call because I want Crows to win 2 flags before then.
Oh, yeah, mate.
Port have still got to fit in 5 for the next no years.
They've got all that history.
Yeah.
But next up, what do we got?
we got Benny and the Bets.
Oh, before we get to Benny and the bets, can we?
Okay, all right.
Sorry,
Just
can we speak about the bets with the 2 goal scorers?
Yes. I have the results right in front of me.
Okay, you know what? Let's lump it all in together then.
So, as you have said, we all tried to pick 2+ goals for each game of the round last week. And one of our listeners has done it, sort of, with a void leg. So, we'll count it. Impressive nonetheless. At the bottom, to my left, Jade and Ray. 5 out of 9 for Jade, 5 out of 8 for Ray with a void leg.
No surprise.
And the rest of us got 6. So, we weren't a long way off.
I was 5 from 5 until fuckwit Frederick
Fuck with Frederick.
kicked 1 goal too. And then fuckwit Liam Ryan decided to kick 1 goal too. But Harry Jones never got off the fucking bus.
I had Gunston kick 1 behind and 2 out in the full. So
he killed me as well.
yeah,
Yep. But no, we have got Daniel in the comments who had Cameron for 2, Fritsch for 2, Mychek for 2. He even did a same game multi, Rankin and Fogarty for 2, Norton for 2, Larky for 2, Papley for 2, Wiedemann for 2, void leg, and Toby Green for 2, landing him $283 from a $4 bonus bet. So well done to you, Daniel.
Well done, mate.
That's great.
That gets a round of applause if I've ever seen it.
Yeah.
gamble responsibly.
Indeed. So we will be back later in the week with our 2+ for the week, and we'll have that up on socials for you to follow along. Let us know if you would like to jump in, get one going for yourself. As for my tips, there was a bit of drama. And those in the Patreon's chat.
Oh, no.
It was a long ride. It was a long ride. Yesterday had a same game multi over the 3 games yesterday. Sydney Hawthorn, we just cruised. Easy stuff. Essendon Gold Coast, geez, we cruised to victory. Came down to GWS West Coast, and I debated, Canelio 25+ or over 27.5 touches. I went over 27.5, bit greedy, went for the big money. He ended on 27 touches after a fumbled possession in the last minute after being ignored a few times through the last quarter. And I thought it was over.
Until
Tears. Until about 10:30, I'm woken up by a call. One of my mates saying, check the account. I'm like, what? I know it lost. Because I've been rinsed all night. Recount. Canelio ends on 28.
Yeah.
We go big.
We got to clap that. Yay. Milky Bells are on Benny now.
I had a friend with a 17 leg multi that missed on a player getting 15 disposals, and they got subbed off on 14.
Who was the player in question?
I'm trying to think who it was. I can't remember off the top of my head. I know it was 14.
Was it Dusty?
Yes, it was Dusty.
Yep.
Dusty 15 plus because he got subbed off with 14 disposals and it was for like $2,000.
Oh, that's tough.
That's
Damien Hardwick, fuck you.
Well, while we go on the theme of losers, I've been posting my best bet of the week on TikTok for the first 2 weeks, and I've gone against the Saints both times at the line for the Dogs. It's not going well. It's not going
you
well.
shouldn't go lines with Saints, Brad Crouch and all.
So I'm not taking
that's good.
any lines.
He's red hot and throbbing for a line.
So safe to say this week I'm not touching the Essendon St Kilda game because one way or another I'll lose. What we are looking at is I'm going the opposite of Cream. I'm saying Geelong bounce back in a big way, minus 16.5 their line.
Yep, take the line there. Stengel loves lines.
North Melbourne to beat Hawthorn at $1.57. That should be a gift. They should pump them the way that Hawthorn are and the way that North are. And I think the West Coast Eagles are smoky in the derby this week, given how poorly Fremantle have been playing. They're at $2.80. They're looking pretty good, and I think I'll be jumping on that. If you follow, gamble responsibly.
Always gamble responsibly.
Absolutely. And as I said, later in the week, we'll have our 2+ for each game up on socials. If you want to jump on, you want to give some legs, get around it.
How good?
How good. Now, we have a game this week. That is...
You're joking.
You won't believe it. It is, of course, the Port Showdown, which they have had, as Adelaide Mail put it, a dramatic change in fabric. Dramatic costume change. That's right. That's what they put. They are wearing their prison bars, but you don't need that. You can wear your garden stakes Guernsey as well. Benny Mac. Look at that. That's beautiful. The Cromrie top. And 119. Ha, fuck you. Remember the 2007 grand final? You can't. Anyway, flag that. All right. Now, we did ask on socials very, very quickly. I did ask on Instagram stories about favourite showdown memories. We tend to do this topic a lot as well. We've got Charlie Thomas, who mentioned Dawson after the siren, of course. Jack Small says, watching us come back in 2014. Don Triboli says...
That's a good call. That's a great
Don Triboli, 83, of course, which is the 05 semi. We love an 05 semi, don't we?
We do.
Yeah.
We love any kind of semi red hot and throbbing.
We've also got Alex as well, the one who hasn't seen the castle yet. Showdown 45 2018, JJ's goal being at the game was an experience like no other. I remember it too. If anyone doesn't say Dawson after the siren, then I don't know, says Ethan Herbert. Thank you. What's your favourite showdown memory?
I think that we did. I said this in the
Can you get on with it? Just say it.
on the couch. Ricky Bobby kicking 6.
2012.
Ben.
If you're not first, you're last, mate.
Yeah.
Mine is the Phil Walsh showdown. Absolutely love that one.
Yep. Don't know what to do with my hand. Jay.
Dawson after the
Yeah,
siren.
Dawson.
After the siren.
Yeah, that one's hard to beat. I think, the Josh Jenkins goal that hit the post, that didn't hit the post. That he said, my grandma never told me to lie. No, I don't know what you said that for.
Do you know what I remember about JJ? I thought of it last year when which Geelong player gave him a piece of ham?
Harry Taylor.
I don't know why. I thought of that earlier today, and I was just like, I wonder what JJ's up to. He's probably thinking about the ham.
Was
I
that
can't
for the
believe
prelim?
that happened.
No, it was the game. It was the
He had like
regular
food
season.
poisoning or something during the game.
Yeah.
And it was from ham.
Apparently.
So he played with it in his sock the whole game.
And
What a weirdo.
Yeah, we were trying to figure out. So he's gone to like the Coles at like Central Market, and it's just like one slice of ham, please.
That'd be 7 cents.
Yeah, they've like bagged it up. This guy in his training gear came in and he just wanted one slice of ham, and he wanted it thin. Like, wouldn't you go for some mortadella? So
Nah, surely you just
Bit
get
of
100
texture.
grams of ham.
Surely,
You make a sandwich and you keep one slice for JJ.
surely you steal a kid, go, can we have a slice of Smiley Fritz and put...
Yeah.
Don't pay for
Yeah,
it.
adults
Bump
used
into
to- Yep.
autograph for taking the kid for 5 minutes. Get the Fritz, give the kid back.
I used to work in the deli, and it was fucking adults that would always ask for free shit. Can I try one of those prawns?
Yeah. Try a prawn?
Can I try a prawn?
Raw?
Not raw. We obviously saw a cooked one.
Okay.
Yeah, they want a red hot. Oh, the raw prawn guy there again.
It'd be the other side, red hot throbbing.
Oh, wait. Oh, no. I've got a question, actually. You know the little cocktail Franks?
Yeah,
right?
yeah, little uncut Frank.
This is a dangerous topic after tonight.
No. So we had a guy come in and asked, can I just eat one? Like, can you just pass me one over the counter? And I'm like, I can't. You need to cook those.
Do you need to cook them?
No, they're pre-cooked.
Yeah, they're like
They're
processed
technically
inch
they
of
are
their
pre-
life.
Yes,
Yeah.
but we sell them as a raw product.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I was just absolutely gobsmacked. I was like, one, you're a grown man asking for a free cocktail Frank?
Did he say a little boy though?
Yes.
I can't remember. This is in 2015.
Are you sure he was talking about the sausage?
I hope so.
Really? Yeah.
But yeah, I was just like, what the hell? Working in the deli is just an experience.
I saw a bit of social justice on the weekend in the deli where
was it?
I saw there was a kid that ran out, and this kid was running through the shops and just being a little.
Oh, you hate him. You hate him.
Little sugar honey iced tea, and it wasn't mine, so I can say that because mine's.
What does that mean?
Mine's a little
Little shit.
Mine's not.
Yeah, mine's a little angel.
Mine's not.
Yeah, no, yeah. Ours are collectively just muffin from Bluey.
Yeah.
But this kid goes up and is just running around and everything, and the kid's yelling out for a piece of smiley fritz and everything. Lady behind the counter says, "No, you're acting up too much for your mum." And I was just like, that is fantastic.
Yeah.
Because the kid's
is
face
funny.
like was shocked, but then the kid just didn't move anymore. It's like so I've done this at the shops a couple of times where if there's a kid that's just running around and everything,
Yeah.
right, and I can tell that the parents like having a lot of trouble, I just say, you listen to your parents? Because they shit their pants. They think, bearded man, stranger, right?
Yeah.
And the parents are like shocked because they're just like, don't talk to my kid, but oh my God, now they've just
thank
like,
you very much.
thank you very much. So there's like this mixed emotions, that sort of thing anyway. So, Beryl behind the counter, shout out to you.
Yeah, good on you.
See, if it was me, I'd purposely make it so that, like, I walked while the kid was running and he'd run into me, and then I'd just turn around and blast him. I'd be like, mate, can you stay by your fucking parents? What are you running through the fucking supermarket for?
This has turned into pre-roll.
I can imagine Cream standing over the aisle with like two trolleys in front of each other just to block it off. Where are you going?
And then I'd look at the parent, I'd be like, I'm not blaming you, sorry, but this kid's out of fucking control. If you don't have the money, I'll give you $2 for a chocolate milk if it'll calm him the fuck down.
Chocolate milk would not calm him.
No, I was going to say, is your kid COVID in Victoria because it's running rampant?
Yeah, he's not allowed to drink until he gets home. But here, go get a fucking Nippy's iced chocolate.
Yeah,
calm down.
he's a big M. What's the name of the Pittsburgh Steelers coach? What's his name?
Mike Tomlin.
Yeah, remember when he almost tripped up the was it the Jets player or something like when he was standing in the field?
Yes.
That would be you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Okay. Showdown.
That's right.
Okay.
Speaking of spraying kids, I don't know.
Like that. Okay, all right. Let's go around the table. Who wins and by how much? Cream.
The Crows by a little cocktail front.
So 1.
Yeah. Nah.
No, they're worth 2.
You know what? No, because I think the Crows will win by 17 points.
17. Okay. Benny Mac.
Yep, I'll regain my composure here. Crows by about 9 points. And 1 Jack Hudson broken heart.
Oh, and are we picking a showdown medalist?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
we should.
Who's that?
Texan.
Tex. Okay.
Thilthorpe.
I'm going to say Crows by 11 and Rochelle for the medal.
Look, I've said some outrageous shit tonight already, so fuck it. Let's just double down. I'm going to go Crows by 90, and Rochelle's going to win showdown medal.
Okay.
Where's the cash one?
Yes.
Take it to the bank.
It wouldn't surprise me at all, by the way, if Rankin won it in his first showdown.
So that was my prediction.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. But the way, so I was saying last year when Gold Coast played against Port at Adelaide Oval last year,
He balled.
He not only did he ball, but he was sticking it to the crowd in a way that I was like, you play for Gold Coast, man. And then I remember there was an article back in 2019 where Rankin spoke with 5AA and said, I would love to come back home. So I think that it's going to be the Crows by, I'm going to say 15 to split the middle, but I do think Rankin will win.
I'm going to be real interested.
And he's going to kick
119 goals.
I'm going to
5 goals. He's going to kick 5 goals.
I'm going to be really interested to see who they put on him. I think
No Burton.
I don't think Well, Burton will be
Yeah, I said
suspended.
no Burton.
Yeah. So I don't think they'll put Burn Jones on him. Obviously, they won't put. Lockie Jones. He's just too agile
big.
for him.
Todd Marshall.
I don't
It's a
know.
bold strategy, Cotton.
Yeah, I don't know who's the small that they can
Probably Lysette
bring in and
dirty
go with him.
door.
Don't know.
Yeah.
Be interesting.
Jace Burgoyne.
He's probably the frame's too small. Maybe I don't know if they'll play him down back, but no.
Basically, what you're saying is he's going to run rings around their whole team.
I think my lock of the week in the showdown would be Rankin for 15 touches. Minimum.
Yep.
15 touches, 2 goals. Lock.
My lock of the week is going to be Rochelle to do an over-the-top celebration.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Will he bring out the bow and arrow again?
Yeah, I want to see him do
Yeah.
Shoot.
He's going
Yeah, but he points it directly at Dersma.
Yeah, he's like, this is mine now.
Yeah.
I own this.
Exactly right.
Imagine after the siren, Dersma has to kick for goal, and if the goal goes through, they win. Dersma sprays it, and then Rochelle comes over and steals his quiver and everything. It's just mime. You're like, it's just Charlie
taking this?
Yeah, exactly. It just slaps him over the face. That sort of.
No, we're going to win. We're going to win. Good vibes.
Okay, good vibes.
Good vibe.
Good vibes.
Okay,
We'll win if we make.
if we kick more points.
No.
If
I think if we're in front at quarter time, we'll win the game.
Woo.
Okay.
And I would like to think that Nix will be saying more than obviously, especially off the back of the week just gone, come out and fucking play hard from the get-go.
Yeah.
They'll be throbbing for the
Show us some
Mate,
fight.
they'll be red hot throbbing perpy for it.
now here's the other thing too, and this happens in every Port game where their back's against the wall.
Yep.
If it's quarter time and they try to start a fight, just try. Like just
We've
some
won.
scrappy thing. We've won. And I mean that in all seriousness. Go back and there's so many examples of this where I think they played Geelong in 2019 or
When
something like
Jonas
that.
need Dangerfield in the
That's
back.
Yep, that's it. And it was just stupid, but they were in their heads.
Yep.
And if that happens, bet the house. Dead set.
We're on.
We are
Bet
on.
live and bet responsibly.
Yeah. Ask your mum for your credit card. No, okay.
Always chase losses. I mean, don't chase losses.
They can't run forever, people.
If you want to make money in betting, if you want to make a small fortune, start out with the big one. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's it for the Crowject tonight. So selections will be interesting this week. We'll probably put some more stuff up on socials because it's Showdown Hate Week. And shout out to, there's been a lot of content that has been sent through to us, especially from some old Crow social media managers as well. Shout out to you. I know you're listening. Oh, jeez. Okay, Ray, thank you so much for being on tonight, mate.
No, thank you for putting up with my dribble.
Oh, it's amazing as always. Jade, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Ben.
Thank you.
Thank you, Cream.
Thank you.
My name's Peter.
Your name is Peter.
Go Crom.
And go
Yeah,
Crom.
go Crom.
From